Couldn't we have done this at work?
No.
Look, I really liked Wyatt's idea, too. I think it could have generated a lot of money, but...
I'm worried about Mom. With Ridge dumping her again.
I know.
He left her for Katie.
Is she here?
I don't know, but even if she is, she's gonna say that she's fine, that she's got a handle on things.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'm not buying it either. I mean, it was Ridge and her own sister.
Is Mom the one who told you all this?
I found her at Dad's. She'd been there all night.
Yeah, he's away on business.
And she was talking to Stephanie.
Hi, you two. What's going on?
You were just gonna let me find out from Katie?
Don't cry about it, I'm telling you now.
God, you know, I was wondering why she wasn't in the office.
Because she was with Ridge. And Brooke is furious about it. She doesn't realize what a gift this is. And there's no reason to feel guilty anymore. Nobody's standing between us.
What about Quinn?
What about her?
On second thought, I think I'm gonna get you a decaf. Wow, that is one fierce look. Is this about Allie? Aren't you the one who keeps reminding me that Allie is just a teenager? It's not about Allie?
Bill.
What did he do to make you that mad?
Is that how I looked?
I'm gonna stop asking questions.
We don't have to talk about it if it makes you uncomfortable.
Do I enjoy talking to my mother about her relationships? No. But it sure beats you being involved in mine.
You had to bring up Quinn.
I'm just hoping she's not a factor in any of this.
She isn't.
Yeah, well, you say that, but then you guys go knocking
Yeah, okay,
boats.
well, yeah, I made a mistake, all right? Can a guy make a mistake? I make one mistake, and I gotta hear about it from you? All right? Well, it's not gonna happen again, okay, little worrywart?
Yeah, well, you better pray that's how Quinn feels about it.
I don't give a damn how Quinn feels about it. My only concern right now is Brooke. Quinn Fuller, nothing more than a distraction.
You know Dad's still after Brooke, right?
Oh, your father and his hobbies.
He hasn't given up on her, Mom.
Oh, no. Your father is a very competitive man. He loves a challenge, the thrill of the chase. He says he's committed and that Brooke is the only woman for him.
You've heard that before?
Well, even if it is true, Bill is not the only man for Brooke.
Mom, I'm so sorry.
Honey, I'm fine.
Rick said that you were talking to Stephanie?
Oh, yeah. Her portrait always reminds me of how strong she could be. And she wouldn't let something like this derail her, and I'm not going to let it derail me.
You know that you can come to us.
I know, but you're my kids, and you should be able to come to me. Too many times it's been the other way around.
You know you don't have to hide your feelings from us, right? We know how much Ridge means to you.
Apparently, I don't mean as much to him.
Mom, I just don't want you to get your hopes up, okay?
Oh, honey, my schoolgirl crush on your father ended a long time ago.
Yeah, but you're still attracted to him.
Oh, attraction is tame. What your father and I have is... it's visceral. Okay. It's raw.
Sounds dangerous. Like someone could get hurt.
Oh, honey, people get hurt in relationships all the time because they aren't being realistic. They either expect too much or they make promises they can't keep. I know, Bill. I know what motivates him, and I know what he needs.
As opposed to what he thinks he needs.
Well, if he thinks he needs Brooke, then he is sadly mistaken.
What about you?
I know he doesn't need Brooke. That much is true.
I meant, could you see yourself with him?
Oh, baby. I don't believe in daydreams. I act on my desires.
Well, both you and Dad have that in common, I guess.
Mm-hmm. With genes like that, no wonder you ended up with Hope.
Look, I'm just trying to figure out what you want.
I only want 3 things in life. 3. 1 is for my son to be happy. 2, I would like our company to be a success.
Mm-hmm.
And 3, I'd like a companion for myself. So far, I haven't met a man who excites me as much as Bill.
I'm not asking for the moon. I just want my company back. Share my life with my son and the woman I love. And that woman is Brooke.
Bill and I may be more alike than we're willing to admit.
A woman like that needs a man she can depend on.
You know, she thought she could depend on Ridge, considering he came home to be with her.
If he came home to be with her, then what is he doing with Katie? If he was so determined to be with Brooke, what is he doing with her sister? And where does he get off guilt-tripping Brooke? What, if she was a better person, he wouldn't have had to hurt her like that? I mean, what kind of self-righteous garbage is that? She needs to be done with him now.
I know how you feel. It's frustrating. You want to do something.
So don't tell me to wait.
I'm not going to tell you to wait. That's a mistake I made. I'm just saying, try to think about what Brooke needs right now.
What Brooke needs is to realize that she is free. And there's not a single reason she can't be with me.
I'm sorry Bill came to you about this.
I'm not.
He did?
Came by the office last night, told me what happened. Asked me if I could be there for Mom.
I'm sure he wanted to state his case, saying that he was better for me than Ridge would be.
Well, actually, he came from a place of concern. He asked me to make sure that somebody would be there for you.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I was surprised, too. I've never seen that side of Bill. I was a little taken back, but I was kind of impressed. Bill really cares about you, Mom.
He doesn't have to worry anymore, and neither do you. In the past, when Ridge left me, I would do things that I would later on regret. That's not going to happen anymore.
There's no denying that Ridge and Brooke have history. But with me, it was different. We were able to look forward. We had a future, potential, passion. We were just getting started.
Yeah, until she decided to marry Ridge. Which would have happened, by the way, if it weren't for Katie. I mean, don't get me wrong. As many times as I've asked Hope to take me back, I'm not throwing stones, but I don't know, you're different. You're duller Bill Spencer. You don't like hearing the word no, especially as many times as you have from Brooke.
Brooke wanted Will and RJ to grow up with their families. Now she knows that isn't possible. But we're going to take care of them, and we'll do everything we can to make sure they're happy. Brooke needs to know that she has more to be proud of than just being a good mom. She is a smart, sexy, dynamic woman. Not afraid to put herself out there, take a chance. She needs a man who can handle that, appreciate it. And that man clearly isn't Ridge. And tonight, Brooke is going to realize that that man is me.
So I shouldn't wait up?
You better start looking for a new roommate.
Bill sees Ridge and Katie as an opportunity for us.
If they're together, then you and Bill can be together.
And we don't have to feel bad.
Bill doesn't want you to feel responsible for any of this. I know that.
Yeah, that's always been his perspective. People can't tell us what we can or cannot do. We have a right to our feelings, to our desires.
Don't you?
We don't have to act on them. I know this sounds strange, coming from me. But I've learned a lot. This whole experience has opened my eyes. What Bill and I did to Katie, what Katie and Rich are doing to me.
Payback?
Yeah, something like that. Acting on our desires, doing what makes us feel good. And at what cost? Our children? I'm doing something differently this time. I'm putting you guys first. Stephanie was always good at that. Her family always came first, and her and Eric were wonderful at being a team together, and that's what I wanted to do with Ridge. But apparently his priorities have changed. Mine haven't.
Brooke is whiny, weak, needy.
That is my future mother-in-law you're talking about.
Better that than your stepmother. I mean, Brooke has never been right for Bill. He doesn't want to be anyone's white knight.
He prides himself on being that black hat kind of guy.
Yeah, well, I know how bad Bill can be. I have seen the worst of him. But I can also appreciate how far he's come since then. And Brooke doesn't. She's ashamed of her involvement with him. And she expects him to feel as guilty about it as she does.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, well, you won't. That's not how Bill's mind works. He does what he does. If it doesn't turn out exactly the way he wants it to, he moves on. And that's what's going to happen when Brooke rejects him again. And she will.
Then what?
Well, then I will be there to show Bill that there is one woman in his life who truly understands him.
Bill really cares about you, Mom.
You've been there for me, Brooke. And I will always be there for you. Ma chérie!
Don't ask me to leave, because I won't.
Hey, I have been looking for you.
Hi. Oh. I guess that means we're okay.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked your idea. I really did. But, and maybe someday, just not
Hey, look,
right now.
you think I'm really gonna complain about being the only guy who gets to see you in lingerie? All right? Unless Allie convinced you to wear long underwear and floor-length nightgowns. I will have a problem with that.
No.
Well, good. It's not that I can't work with something like that. Snip, snip, and we're good.
I know that Allie was overbearing, but she did have a point. She did, and she made it, and now that she has, maybe she'll back off a little.
I doubt it. See, that's the thing about shadows, is that they're kind of hard to shake.
Well, she's not here now.
Maybe I should lock the door then, just to be on the safe side.
Hey! What are you doing here?
Looking for your father.
Well, he's not here, and I'm on my way out, so
It's okay. I'll wait.
probably not going to be back tonight.
Is he with Brooke?
Why don't you come by tomorrow?
He doesn't want to be disturbed. Did they get back together? No. But he is hoping for that.
Okay, listen, if it's really important, you can leave a message.
It's better in person.
Then come by tomorrow. I'll tell him you stopped in.
You do that. Thanks, Liam. I do think Bill will be back tonight. And I am going to wait right here and be here when he does.
I'm not going anywhere until you hear me out.
We've been over this.
You don't have to wake up alone tomorrow, Brooke, and neither do I.
I made myself perfectly clear last
Yes, you
night.
were angry at Ridge. You needed time to think, and I gave it to you.
So now you're back.
But Ridge isn't. He's with Katie. They're starting a life together. They're doing what we tried to do for months. The difference is they don't feel guilty about it.
I don't want to talk about this.
You ended our relationship. You sent me away. Why? Because of Katie. Because you were worried about hurting her. Well, she isn't hurting anymore. But you are. Because the man who left you a dozen times left you again. Ridge made you believe it was going to work this time, but it didn't.
This isn't just about Katie.
You were worried about Will and RJ.
You act as if something's changed. Nothing's changed. Just because Ridge and Katie are... Just because I'm not the one.
Not for him. Brooke, this is what we wanted. This is what we talked about in Monte Carlo when we were making the plans for our life together. We wanted to know that Katie and the kids would be okay. Well, they are okay. And we can be too. But you've got to let go of this idealized version you have of Ridge. He came back from Paris a different person. But you're different too. And you don't need him to be your security blanket, your familiar choice. You think you know who you are with him, but all you really know is how he's going to behave. And he's going to hurt you, and he's going to leave you again for another woman, be it Caroline, Katie, Taylor, or anybody else. You have to let him go, Brooke. It's time to move on.